It is 5:30. Welcome to the June meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Thank you all for coming. We are going to begin with the Citizens General discussion. This would be if you have something that you wanted to discuss with the Commission that does not pertain to anything on the agenda. Is there anybody here who would like to do that? All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the Citizens General discussion. Next up, we need an approval of the minutes. Commissioners? We need a
So,
motion.
I'll motion to approve the minutes for the last meeting.
Second.
Okay, I think it went to Tyler. All those in favor of approving the minutes for May, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that's, goes approved. Next up, the only item on our agenda is application number RZ 2026-9804. Applicant Debbie Carpenter is requesting approval of a rezone of property located at 1115 Alexander Road, parcel R17611 of the John B. Dupuy, abstract of the City of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to B1 Neighborhood Business. Mr. Killen.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. First, before I get started, I want to welcome our newest member of our team, Ms. Cynthia Warren. She's been with us about 2 to 3 weeks. You may have met her before at the previous meeting, but I'm not sure, so I wanted to make sure. Real excited to have her on board, and she's doing an amazing job for us. So thank you for giving me the latitude to do that. To begin, Mr. and Mrs. Carpenter are requesting the rezone to allow for a personal services business in the existing home at this property. I understand at one time this property was operated as a beauty shop, but most recently it's been occupied as a single-family residence. The Carpenters have their daughter, Mrs. Simpson, with them tonight representing them on this request, and she has additional information to provide to you about what she's wanting to do with this property. What we're looking for tonight from the Commission is for a recommendation to the City Council, and I would like to point out that under the Stephenville 2050 Comprehensive Plan, the future land use is designated as a complete neighborhood, and with that designation, it specifically calls for local retail and service businesses located on active corridors. So if this rezone is approved, it would be in alignment with the comprehensive plan. And with that, Madam Chair, I'd be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Killen? All right, Mrs. Simpson, would you like to speak? You come up to the podium, state your name and address.
My name is Kaja Simpson. My address is 1202 Mockingbird Street, Stephenville, Texas, 76401. And just good evening, Commissioners. I would like to just introduce myself. My name is Kaja Simpson. I'm a resident of Stephenville, working as a speech-language pathologist. I'm here this evening to request the rezoning of the property from residential to commercial to allow for a small, locally owned speech therapy clinic. This clinic will provide speech, language, and feeding therapy services to children and families in our community. I want to present to you a brief picture of my journey since becoming a therapist in 2007 and the goal that I hope to accomplish in this community. Many families in and around Stephenville currently have to drive long distances or face wait lists to access essential therapy services. By opening a clinic at this location, we can bring much needed services and high quality care directly to our local children and adults. After earning my license in speech pathology in 2007, I decided to move back to Stephenville, where I grew up and where all of my family currently resides. My passion is working with both children and adults serving this community. I have worked in multiple settings since my return in 2007. I have traveled to the Metroplex for many years to continue the growth as a therapist and work in a professional medical setting with both populations. In 2020, I began working for Monkey Mouse Pediatric Therapy Services in Fort Worth, commuting to Fort Worth 4 days a week to continue my passion for working with pediatrics. I still wanted to reside in Stephenville, but the opportunities to serve an outpatient setting was limited in rural areas. At the time, I was renting a small office space in Stephenville, seeing patients privately 1 day a week, aside from my full-time job in Fort Worth. The caseload began to grow, and I knew I would eventually need to stop accepting patients privately to keep up my current full-time job in Fort Worth. I presented the opportunity to Erin, which is the owner of Monkey Mouse, to plant a clinic in Stephenville. They are the largest pediatric therapy company serving North Texas, and she decided that Stephenville was an underserved community and in need of outpatient services, with so many surrounding communities having to commute 30 minutes or more for services. So she decided to assume the patients under her company to handle the rent and the billing. The practice has grown to serve a full-time caseload. However, a crossroad was faced in the past month where the current building they were renting at a very low cost has now requested full occupancy of the building, forcing us to make a decision to find a new location. Erin has asked if I would like to assume the caseload back to private ownership, which leads me here in front of you today. This property that I present to you today became available for sale. The building caught my dad's attention for opportunity that I may be able to have a small private practice and not have to commute. The building was once used commercially as a beauty shop, but was sold to an individual who converted it to residential for many years. I want to reassure the council that this property will maintain its residential character because it will be a small clinical practice. There will be no heavy traffic, no loud noise, and no industrial activity. We will operate strictly by appointment, meaning only 1 or 2 families will be on site at a time, keeping the parking localized to the driveway and fully respecting the surrounding neighborhood. This conversion repurposes an existing house into a neighborhood-friendly business. It allows local families to receive care closer to home, and it invests in our town's infrastructure without altering the physical look of our streets. We would take exceptional care of this property and make it a valuable asset to the Stephenville community. I respectfully ask for your support and approval of this rezoning request.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Any questions for Mrs. Simpson?
What's the situation on parking? That appears to be a pretty small parcel. I went out and looked at it today.
Mhm.
You gonna be parking next to the road, or how's that gonna be set up?
It's got a slab up in front of it. We're about 3 or 4.
So it'll be in front of the building, between the
Yes.
building and the road? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, any other questions?
Is there a way to turn around, like in,
Yeah.
within there is, without backing into the street?
Yeah.
No, doesn't look like it to me. I don't know.
It does.
I went out there and looked.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions?
You ever anticipate having any patients that are under care of the justice system?
Under care of the,
Under the control of the local justice system?
not that I
These should be a
anticipate.
pediatric- Right, children?
Pediatrics
Yeah,
and
we're
adults.
looking at
Okay.
children, so
Okay.
no.
Okay, obviously not.
No.
Well, I was interested.
All right, any other? All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, thank you.
All right, I'll go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak against this rezone request? Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor? I'll close the public hearing, commissioners. We need a motion.
I make the motion to approve application RZ 2026-9084 for the recommendation of the council.
Second.
All right, all those in favor of recommending to council approval of this rezone request, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so your next stop will be the council, which meets first Tuesday of every month, and they will make the final decision. And that concludes our business. May we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, thank you for coming, everybody. Appreciate it.
Love it.
All right, thank you so much.